What's up guys, Kyron Dudebro here, and we're gonna start talking about moves that put you on plus on hit with siefried. We're gonna disinclude knockdowns because they don't really give you advantage side Oki, so that'd be a different video. But we're mainly gonna be focusing on moves that put you on plus. So, for instance, I'm gonna have Taki right here do her AA since she has one of the fastest normals, which is frame 10. I know she has a frame 6 button, but we're not gonna really count that. We're not gonna really use that one since that's practically unpunishable, you know. Well, not unpunishable, but a lot of characters won't be able to deal with that, and it's kind of a little gimmicky too. So her AA, which is frame 10, will suffice. So, anyways, moves that gives you plus on hit. Siefried's A, his AA, they both are plus 4 on hit. So, the moves like that, you can follow up with a successful K to stop opponents on right there on track. Moves like down K, 2K will also work. What else? Yeah, 2K and 5K, standing K, both really good options you can use. You can also use 2A, but I wouldn't recommend that since 2A and 2K, I believe. Well, with 2A, this move is, let's see, let's find out. So 2A is actually plus 4 on block as well. So okay, we'll go back to that. We'll go back to that. Moving too fast. So we're gonna just stay on track with the options you can use. But always remember that A and AA, you can keep them on track with those buttons and 2A. So next on the list is A hold. Now if you do A hold, with this, you are plus 6 on normal hit and plus 10 on counter hit. So if you do this with the distance, if you space yourself correctly, let's say right here, a lot of casts will have a hard time punishing you. And since you're plus 6 on block, you can use A, you can use standing K. If you're at this range, you use standing K. But if you're at max range, I recommend using A again. You can also use A into A plus B if you think they're gonna push a button. A and then BB if you think they're gonna use a vertical. But I think BB is a slower button and it's more riskier, so you're gonna have to space yourself a little further, like around here. But also remember that it's plus 6 on hit and then plus 10 on counter hit. So next you got AA6 puts siefried into stance, and it puts them in place immediately if they're trying to push a button. So, and it's plus 10 on counter hit. So if you do this, you can successfully get this to stuff them out of any button. Another option you can use is A, but if they have a 10 frame button, it'll clash. But a lot of the casts do not have a 10 frame. I don't really recommend using B, mainly because B is your slowest option and it can get stuffed pretty hard. Maybe if you distance yourself a little bit, then you probably can utilize it better, but even that's kind of like a little riskier. So I highly recommend just using A or B. And also I don't really recommend using B as well, or A plus B. But counter hit, that changes everything. For example, this is now a natural combo on counter hit. So you can do this into, no, that's not true. Yeah, that'll be a true combo right there. And if you get counter hit with this, this now becomes valuable. You can successfully get a button off of this on hit. So that'll be more useful now. But you still won't be able to use A plus B. Let's try spacing a little bit. Okay, let's try spacing a little bit. Yeah, even when you space it, it's still not ideal. So B is really good. A, and then not A. K is really good. B's are going to be really solid now. You get that into, I think you can get bam, bam, bam. Oh, I don't know what they're talking about. My phone suddenly. Let me turn that down. There we go. Anyways, sorry for the interruption. But you can do that and then be successful 3B after that. But let's move on. We're spending too much time on this. You get the premise. 6A hold is 8 on hit and counter hit. So with this, you can stuff them out with a lot of options. You can always go like this into you can always use the B option to the stance, follow it with 1B into C. Really good option. This is also really good. Let's put Taki on that. So we clash. But if someone were to challenge that, we usually get the upper hand. We get the advantage. Let's try. Yeah, there's a slower normal right there. Let's try that. Yeah. So we normally get the advantage. And even with this option right here that Taki had stuffed us as well. Look at that. Doesn't even matter. We can bam, bam. Let's see. We can still get a button off of it because we win. There we go. Because we win the clash. Well, not the clash, but we win the trade, basically. So, out of those options, I really recommend K and B. Not so much A, mainly because A just has a lot of startup and it can be stuffed so hard, as you see right here. So, really risky button to use. And that goes same for A plus B. Not really an ideal move you want to use, and you can't really. I'd say if you do get this move, just finish the whole string, because it's a confirmed counter hit button if you do get it on counter hit. So just finish the whole string on counter hit, and if it's normal hit, you can go into the stance. So next is 4A. Now 4A is really good. Not only that, it has a lot of range, but low range. Alright. But it puts you at +2 on hit, and it spaces you and the opponent further out. So this leads to many options. You can do that into 3B. Leave that to 3B. You can do that into 6B. That into 1A. Like many options you have off of this because of the spacing. If it didn't space you, then we would have to be restricted into like buttons like K or 2K to 2A. That spacing really helps. Start using options like these and that one too. Really good options. I think you can get a 3 Yeah, a 3A also helps very well. So you can get, bam, 3A, and then chase him after him. Boom. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, really good. The counter hit version gives you knockdown, so then you can just combo into it. Now what's interesting is, like the other moves, if you hold the button, you're +4. This one creates even more distance between you and the opponent, so you can follow up with A into A again. With that much distance, you'll most likely probably use A. You can also use B at a good amount of distance. I say at the tip of the blade is where you'll probably use it, or if you think you're going to use it vertical. It's less range than using A, but B is really solid. And then there's K, which it'll be good and ideal if you're using it at closer range for characters that you think are going to push a button, but because of the spacing, I wouldn't recommend it. And there's also this, which again, because it creates so much space, you wouldn't really use it unless you think they're going to get inside with you. Same with K. If you think they're gonna dash in towards you, that's where you use it. But you will only use B and A in this situation. What's next? Next move. So while rising A on hit, it leaves you +8. +8 on hit. Really good move to get hit by. To get a confirm off of. You can land, you can get, since you're +8, you can get objects like this into 2A, this into while rising B. Oh wait, okay, I see how it is. So you're not in crouching state when you can do this. I should see me doing that. So you have options to do your standing button. So you can do this into forward K, this into 2K, this into 3B, this into 3C, like 3A. You get many options. This is really good. Let's see. Let's see. Now the problem that I do see with this move, on the other hand, is despite it being +8 on hit, the amount of recovery is pretty significant. It is safe on guard though, but it takes so long to press a button. So you're better off just finishing the string. Oh, okay, wait a minute. I see, I was doing it wrong. You have to hold it. Yeah, you have to hold it. No wonder, I was like, there's no way. Something's wrong here. That's the problem. Ignore what I said, you have to hold it. See that? There we go. It's not making sense now. If you hold it, you recover faster. That's why it's +8. And it's +10 on hit, too. So, options like this will stuff them up for pushing any button. That's really good. You space yourself really good. And same with A. Really good options. It all goes back to what the flowchart we mentioned earlier, that pretty much when it comes to the stance, if you're at close range, you do K. If you're at far range, you have options to use A, B, you have it. Even if you're at close range, you have options to do this too. So, always keep that in mind. So then we can move on to the B's. So this move, B6, is a strong move. Not only is it really good for counter hit confirms, but on hit, it leaves you at +4. So you can use that if you do a standing K, do that to 2A, that into a 3K. With 3K on the other hand, you'll be put into Clash. So be wary of that for characters that has 10 frames. That into 2K, you can do this into, you can do that into 4A. That's really good, solid. You can do this twice. Really solid button. You have many options off this. +4. And if it's counter hit, it stuns, so you just get the combo regardless. Same with 6B. 6B is +2 on hit. It's not a natural combo, so you have to be counter hit to be natural combo. But on hit, same scenario. You can do standing K, you can do 2K, or 2A. You don't have as much. You don't have as much hit advantage like you did the other button, so you'll be limited to using the 2 Ks and As. If you hold it on the other hand, you're +8. So you have options like K, or you can use A. Like I mentioned before, you match yourself out. Really strong tool. Now, same with the other ones. This move, on the other hand, is pretty tough to utilize. I say only if you did like a delayed. Yeah, even if you do a delayed, it won't really work. You'll be using this move in a very specific scenarios. But on the other hand, these options are really good. A and K, and a little bit of and also really good as B, since it was stuff though. What's next? What's next? This move, 2A, 2B, correction. 2B puts you at +8 on hit. So with that, since you're already crouching, you can use 2A into 2K, 2B. I'm sorry, I get these moves mixed up. 2B into you can do 2B into 2A, 2B into 2K, 2K, 2B into wall rising. Well, I wouldn't recommend wall rising at all because, let's see, let's try to, bam, there we go. Bam, bam, nope. Let's see. So, 2B puts you at +2 on hit. +2. And we can't get a, okay, that seems to be the only option. So your best scenario is you probably going to use wall rising K. .2K doesn't work, and 2A definitely doesn't work. But if you space yourself a little further, these buttons will work really well. Especially you can get a counter hit confirm off of that if you think they're going to push a button. But be worried, it is +2 on hit, and it's also +2 on counter hit. So not much reward off of that. If you hold the button, on the other hand, that's where it changes. That's where you're +12. +12. So options like K, options like A, no, not A, K, and let's see. This is where your this is where dance dancing gets involved, because many options in here, your fastest option is K, but if you dash dance, you can bait out buttons and get your other options that will be more suitable for the situation. So you can experiment and see which one you would prefer. You can do this into this stance. Really strong option to do. Let's see. I think that's it. So we move on. Going on to siefried's kicks. His 6K puts him at +4 on hit. So you can use options like standing K, 2K. I think you can use 3K. You can use 3K. Really good. 3K is really strong. You can do 3A. That into. There you go. You can use options like that too. Let's see. Let's have him do this. So you can do options like 3K into 6B. Really good options. Not 6B. Yeah, 6. Not that option. Let's see. Anyways, I keep getting these analogies wrong. My apologies. It's 6K. 6K was what it is. 6K into 6B. Well, yeah, 6B. Really good. Is a really good counter hit confirm, and you can stuff them really strong. The reason it's not working for Taki because she has a 10 frame, and not a lot of characters have 10 frames, so you can utilize this. What else? You can do 6K into 4A. That's also really solid. And the options go on. I think this move is it's knockdown on counter hit. So then we got 1K hold. Now this one is +2 on hit. You can do that. You can't use A and you can't use B on normal hit. So K is your best option. You could use the go to other stance, but not a lot of characters. This will probably be beaten by many characters. So your best bet is to go big and try to use K. Now on the other hand, on counter hit, it's +8 on hit. So A and B are now valuable in this situation. So keep that in mind. They're really valuable and counter hit in that state. What next? His 4A or 4K. 4K is +4 on hit and counter hit. You have options to do, standing K or 5K, 2K, 2A. Let's see. You can use 4A. It's really good. Let's see. You use 2A. Oh, nah, I wouldn't recommend 2A. But 2B, not too long. 2K, 2A, 4A. Really good options off of this. Next is 6KA. 6KA is +2 on hit, so your best option is literally just a standing K or a 2K. And if you hold it, it's +8. So moves like A will be really good. Moves like B can also work very well as well. You can even do the KK option. Really solid. And then there's 4KAA. Let's see, 4KAA. 4KAA puts you at +2. But I wouldn't really recommend doing that. You get stuff. So 2K will get the job done. Yeah, I just recommend doing 2K off of that. And then there's 4KK. 4KK gets you +4 on hit. So 4A really works. You can also do 3K, 2K. You can use 2A, and I think those are the options you have. Oh, you can also do 3B. Well, B3. 3B, that's what it's called. 3B. Some of you are probably like, what are you talking about? 3B? I meant B3, this version. 3B, because you have to push B first. So then there's While Rising K. While Rising K is +2 on hit, so you're only gonna get a standing K. Let's see. You probably get a standing K, a 3K, and a 2K. Those are probably the only options I can think of, and it's +2 on hit and counter hit. And let's go on to the other buttons right here. Dual buttons. So 4A plus B is +10 on counter hit and normal hit. So when you're in this state, your option is as follows. You can use K, you can use A, and you can also use B. +10 on hit. That is substantial. And the other cool thing about this move is a mid. So when you do this to them, you're locking them down, and they have to pretty much guess. Really strong move. What's next? So not back. 4A plus KA is another good move. Let's see. Let's see. This move is extremely solid. Okay. Let's see. So on this move, I'll just get to the point. The move is +6 on hit, so it's not as good as this version right here. But if you want to slip in that low, you can, but it can be stuffed, as you see right here. So I don't really recommend using this move a lot unless you space yourself out, and even at then, it can be risky. So it is +6. You have 4A, BC, not BC, BK. You have, all the fast options that we've already gone through before. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. 8-way run B. This move puts you at +12 on hit, on counter hit, and with that you can use K, you can use A. Oh no, only can use A. Let's see. Now, if you think they're gonna go high, you can always just do B. B's really good. But in most situations, you're probably gonna go K. And if not K, you can always go. Oh, wrong stance. You can always dash dance and go AA. But I highly recommend just. Oh, there we go. That's what I was referring to. You can go that back sway, and then do A plus B. Let's see. His K A will run K. This move puts you at +6 on hit. So for A, you know, we already gone through it. For A, all those buttons. You pretty much get the gist what I'm getting at, right? And the rest is his the rest is his, what do you call these moves? Base hold, the stances. So on base hold A, now is +2. You get a down 2, not down 2. What am I dragging on? You get a 2K. His chief hold A is +8. A hold is, well, A hold I should say. A hold is +6. Now A hold is +15. That's +15. So you get a lot of options off this. You can do that. You can do this at +15. There's no way you'll be able to challenge this. A plus B doesn't really work. You can do let's see. Yeah, I think those are the only options. K and A. I mean K and B. That's your main options. What about A? And not so much A. So chief hold K +6. This move, since you're +6 right here, you can just do it again. But you can't use B, but you can always use A. And last but not least, side hold. So there's this stance. Side hold A. Is that right? No, it's not side hold A. Oh, this is side hold A. Side hold A is +8 on hit. So while you're on +8, like I mentioned, you got options like these, that into K, that into B. So K and B would be your main options right here. And out of all those are all siefried's moves that put them plus on hit. I left out the moves that are having them facing backwards because they're essentially the same moves with looking forward. This is just an experiment to see if any of you guys like this. If you do, let me know and I'll do more. We're going to be reviewing Evo Japan Soul Calibur pretty soon, so be prepared for that. If you like what you see, if you have any siefried players, show them this video, comment you know how this went well, if you liked it, and I'll see you next time. You guys take care.